closely on Alan Wake. Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
That's right.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
I believe both of you. To be fair.
Right.
I think you and him and also the Indians are all correct.
A local girl,
Gateway to Hell, Thomas Zane, all this is probably true.
They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratchin' Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Oh yeah.
She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
That's all unsettling. There's not been one, even without the horror. That's what I was saying last episode. There's not been one thing that isn't unsettling. Like I would have left before the horror.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Not to sound all copish. Couldn't have been like we're her friends. Like damn, dude.
Rose called me earlier and she invited me over. Okay, mister. Have a nice day.
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
That sucks.
She disarmed two of them.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
I played this in the dark the first time. If it wasn't for needing lighting for the stream, I would gladly do it. But I mean, the screen's big enough that it's sort of, the lighting of the game sort of envelops the atmosphere in here anyway.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
I don't know, that might be the one coffee canister I left.
Deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
I have anything
Welcome
else?
to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill.
At least you're a writer, so you can make those kind of fast assessments.
To hear today's specials.
Right, because if this was her family, they'd be calling the nut house right now.
Come back soon.
Like, I don't know, just came home and she was like that. Take her away.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Manuscript page, of course.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Well, that's inconvenient. I'd appreciate if you'd stop writing things like that.
Right, don't insinuate things.
Like it's complicated enough.
Nothing happened.
Nothing on the radio. Somehow, no matter how hard we look, I feel like we're always missing manuscript pages by the end of every chapter, right? Here's another thermos.
I mean, it's a big place.
Yeah, it's massive. That's what I love about this game, that it feels like it's you versus literally the entire Bright Springs, you know? It's you versus the atmosphere more than anything.
Yeah, plus it looks lived in. There's a lot of stuff around, and it's still really open.
I think we're good. I think we're good. Am I allowed to go in? No. Yes. No. No. We know where we have to go, so we want to go everywhere but there if we want to get all these manuscript pages. Or at least a lot of them. We'll have to come back for the ones we missed.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slade!
Why would you shoot with a civilian there?
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
Well, that's because that is Agent Nightingale. I remember him. He's so much fun.
But there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on. Take it easy on it.
Relax, guys. I know what it looks like. You think I murdered my wife and did something weird to that girl waitress, but it's not. It's just not.
Even though she's rocking back and forth, holding her knees together while my buddy lays there passed out next to her.
You know, I know what you're thinking, but there's a logical explanation for most of this.
You just need to let me run to these woods to meet these kidnappers.
Oh, you guys are too fast to shoot, man. That's a small-time town shit right there. I wish I could run faster, but I'm a rider. I'm not military trained. This isn't some special unit or force. I'm a damn rider. Is that a page?
I don't know, but run toward it.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
So that thing's been living inside of that old woman, dormant for years, until you popped up.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Come in, Agent Nightingale. This is Sheriff Breaker. Over. Nightingale, over. What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me you fired
Yeah, you guys are crazy. I'm glad that she's giving you shit for that, because you literally did just shoot like around, like the way you guys handled that. You guys are gonna learn about Nightingale. He is an asshole. He was introduced as an asshole and he'll remain that way.
Yeah, jerk.
Search the area.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
You're shitting me.
Nope. Better run, homie.
I don't even have a flashlight. I can't help but look in case there's some weapons or something up there. Like, I could really use just about anything. Oops, wrong thing. Thermos.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James. Got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything.
Maybe we should listen to that's kind of important, yeah.
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean? Over.
Yeah, and he's shooting guns out here, guys.
I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Alright, guys. Never hurts to get a good look at what's out there, right? Because one way or another, we always do wind up out there.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Yeah, just jump off that cliff, right?
What?
No, it's just a cliff right there.
Yeah.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Yeah, you don't say.
But you can get a little bit through it with coffee.
There was no power to the searchlight.
Anything else around here?
The old generator conked out.
Are you
I had to
kidding
see
me?
if I could fix it and try again.
What?
You gotta try it again. You gotta try it again. It's really, really old. I mean, it looks really old. I'm surprised it even works in the first place.
How would I fix it? We gotta
Guess you
run
just
over
kick
there.
it.
We gotta run over there before it turns off. We need this thing. We need to pause for a minute. Excuse me. Oh, thank God.
Don't you feel better with a flashlight?
Absolutely.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over. Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over.
Look, they're throwing your cars around out here. Over.
Come in, please. Over.
There's not much that I can do for you as far as that goes.
No, that's a big problem.
I don't have a gun. Could you leave me alone out here? I don't have a gun. Like, that's my biggest issue right now.
No, keep running in that worst case scenario, use the flashbangs.
Like, I'm no diva, but it's my one grievance right now. It's the no gun thing. It has me a little unnerved, you know?
I mean, yeah, it would have anybody unnerved. You're, like, defenseless.
Gee, what is this? I don't need no goddamn batteries. More flashbangs.
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
Just turn on your lights and you'll be good.
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Why didn't he call the station?
Right? You like your first instinct is to call like the local radio station? Like, we play music here, bro. Like, that's beyond our pay grade.
If anything, you should be calling us to tell us that you called the police because of what's happening.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, Paige.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Now you know how the little cafe lady felt.
Yeah, this is definitely not the best town to live in.
Yeah, this is a creepy hellspawn place. Should've listened to them Indians.
That the lake is a dimension to the afterworld or the underworld or some shit? Yep, I believe him.
Hell yeah, man.
There's no reason. Oh my god. You could just leave me alone. Trying to save resources here. You guys are all stalkerish. Oh, this is a good sign. You see it? It's a literal good sign.
Yeah, supplies. We need your supplies.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ah.
It's like running zigzag.
What does this do? It's a flare gun and some batteries and flare ammo. Yo, this is terrible. Why are there so many of you?
Because they want to stop you. And they're like, this guy's really good at taking us out. We need to put more.
Holy shit, it's rough out there. That's like that feeling you get when you come in from like the rain and it's a storm. Like, woo! Don't anybody else go out there unless you need something. Ah!
It's a cold world out there. Better zip the fuck up.
Are you the only one here? That's what I needed to find out. Ouch. Because usually that guy will have his dudes creep up on you, you know?
They'll be coming out from like the rocks or a hill.
I check everywhere. That could have went better, but you know what? We made it here. Without a gun, by the way. I'm going to point out that they went out of their way to make sure that that was a problem.
But plenty of coffee. Gotta have that coffee.
We'll look around. There's no rush to go in there now. It's not like we're being chased here, right? There's light everywhere.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Really?
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
What a jerk.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
He don't care about no civilians.
He's Nightingale.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, HB?
Hey, how dare you?
Cliffs, it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
That's not gonna make him any more friendly to deal with, but hey, Nightingale, you're an asshole.
He is. Who goes shooting off the gun like that?
Good thing.
Like, you don't even go here.
I can't exactly kill them with the flares now, can I?
I don't think so.
I don't want to waste my flare gun on one guy in the situation.
Well, that is understandable.
No sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if it had been left for someone like me to use.
Damn it.
Yeah, get him off.
Finally, a revolver. Even though there's only a few bullets left in it.
I mean, it's a few more bullets than you had.
And a shotgun, let's go. This fucking guy. Jesus Christ.
Not for nothing, but him escaping these cops and trying to get away from them while shooting at them, I don't think anyone's going to believe him. Is that something glowing or is that just a light?
That's the hard thing to tell in this. Just a light. And you don't want to stay out in these woods too long, for obvious reasons. They're not the nicest woods.
Yeah, more coffee.
Where the fuck am I? What did I fall in?
You fell in a part of the cliff.
Climb, Alan, climb. Am I legit stuck? No way. I didn't even see where I fell. Oops. I got out. Thank God.
Yeah, don't fall back in. Get out of there.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Missing page already, and we were out there in the woods.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again. I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there. That was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
See, no matter what, you have to like more or less disarm those things. But how much does it take? Jesus. That is nuts. Yeah, you can take them out with the flashlight, but it takes a lot out of you.
Thank goodness your stuff recharges when you just like sit down for a moment or just stop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is rough. Ooh, there's a page on the ground over there.
Yep, I see it.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
What was the thing? Press B to switch what? It was so fast, right? No idea. Can't climb back up. Okay. It was a one-way trip. Just wanted to see if there was any other possibility of better stuff. Since they're being so skimpy, you know?
Nope, just appears to be really stingy. Oh, this fucking guy. Not the best situation to be in out here. They're like cleaning me dry for resources, that's for damn sure. I have one more flare too.
Oh man.
Yeah, more flares.
And revolver ammo.
We take the facts of our existence for granted.
Our favorite show.
Thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Durleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Durleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Durleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What do you have?
Oh, Mr. Durleth. Well, please, Nixie Burga, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young. And shall be glory. Shh, darling. Be calm. Shh.
Alvin Durleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. Night Springs.
Is that it for ammo and stuff for us, man? With the way we get jumped around here? You know?
Pretty much. Be grateful we gave you something. And a page.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
hold our ground against that dude.
What a pain in the ass.
When did the door open?
Dude, I have no clue. You're too busy running away from the thing for me to notice. Kept coming at us, I couldn't see the door open. And there it is again.
They can't come here because of the light.
Yeah, that big blinding one. Yeah, good for you. Go home.
No, keep coming back, because if I could take you out, I could go back out there for whatever supplies are left.
Are you able to turn the light that's aimed on you in that direction or anything?
No.
Or is it just stuck up there? Boo. Poof, where did he go? Yeah, there's another one right over there on the red wall in that one. Yeah, let's get that ammo.
Everything's looking good.
Yeah, definitely way healthier. Ooh, coffee too.
I guess I could use that car when I'm ready. Ah, it just pulls me in no matter what. I wanted to look around.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
Looks pretty far to me.
But it's daytime.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
That's pretty morbid.
Anything around here? Nope. Just a cliffside. So nice to be in the light. The darkness in this place feels weighted.
I mean, that's easy to say when you have dark shadows chasing you, trying to kill you. Then probably would feel weighted. It'd be like that old lady, that's why she lost her mind. She saw things like that and she just couldn't take it.
No, it just possessed her. Like he said, it's behind, like, you know, it speaks to her, or whatever. Thomas Zane's wife, I guess.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Anything here? No.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Well, that was nice of him. And he agrees that Nightingale has too much of a trigger finger and he's an asshole. Now he needs a boot in the ass.
Can I switch cars?
Yeah, upgrade. Hopefully this one has better four-wheel drive.
Whoa.
Guess no matter if there ain't no bridge.
Sounds like a country song. Road don't matter. Road don't matter if there ain't no bridge.
You're terrible.
Can't get to the other side. Oh, the road don't matter if there ain't no bridge.
You're gonna hell.
Gonna take my car and drive.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one, she was, and I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her.
Well, son, I have a song that fits the situation perfectly. Because the road don't matter if there ain't no bridge. See, just like every country song, you can use it for anything.
Terrible. Country singers around the world feel insulted by you.
Well, the guy ended saying he had a scary experience last night. You should have talked about that more than the girlfriend. That might have helped correlate with what we're looking for. I love how he always takes that step so dramatically. Like, that's not that serious, dude.
I mean, it kind of is. Like you're dropping 5 steps.
Oh, there's no manuscript pages or anything around here.
Nothing in that car. It was worth a look.
Since they think I'm a murderer, I'm gonna stick with the white Bronco. Is this a Bronco? I don't know. Road don't matter if there ain't no bridge.
I'll like fall through the fucking steps as you're going up.
No.
Yes, a page.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
So there was a spy on the ferry, which was that guy probably.
This is all Alice's fault. She awoken that strange lady when she contacted that doctor for his problem with writing.
No, you can't blame Alice, I don't think.
Yes, you can. They never contacted this town. This never would have happened.
Well, if everything that he's reading from those manu-page scripts is true, it comes true, then somebody wrote for Alice to come here.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
I see a page.
Do you?
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, I do. Anything else that we can use to beat people to death or anything? Wait.
Coffee.
See, there's several things happening here. That looks to be about it.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Yes, he's a drunken fed, and that's the least of our problems with him. Yeah, more lore. Town lore. More history than before.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
This guy has you right around this place like you live here.
What was that?
I said this guy has you running around this place like you live here.
Yeah.
He's like, let's go to Makeout Mountain, let's go to fucking, what is it, Lit Up Peak?
How do I get down from here?
The middle part, is there a middle part right there? I can't tell. It's so dark. No, don't go.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go, trust me. What a weird place to get stuck because of the light. Is it this door here? Can I not use the door? No, I can't use the door, so what the fuck? And I can't jump over this? Yes, you can.
I just couldn't see if there's anything there to jump on.
What the fuck is going on?
Darkness is attacking you.
That doesn't make much sense.
It's a horror. It doesn't have to make sense.
Of course it does.
What's the glowing green thing in the back?
Looks like some sort of a switch. I was going for that on the way out. I'm full on revolver ammo. That's definitely good news to me.
You don't need to reload or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Completely busted my ass on that step.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
He kind of sounds like the guy from Alice in Wonderland who wrote that.
I'm so full on that. I want to make sure that I have it. They're like, we want to make sure you have revolver. I was like, trust me, man.
Me too. Yeah, you're pissing him off.
That thing is pissed off, huh?
Yeah, I don't like you.
What was even the point of being able to go in here? Was there any point?
Probably to get into the place that you're in right now. Because it's connected to this room.
What the hell? The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Will we drive that? Yeah, I see you guys. Don't think I fucking don't. Oh wow, they pulled me out. Eat this flare. It's not gonna let me go back in the car. They fucked up the car.
Aren't those gas cans you could hit?
Are they?
I don't know, they look like it.
There's just so many. Poltergeist reference.
Yeah, more coffee.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
That's an interesting one. Can I get some of the stuff out there? Please? It's gonna open the gate, good.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
No, they damn sure weren't. That's a coincidence, right?
They knew what they were coming out here to deal with.
And it damn sure wasn't the power.
No, it was a power, right? It just wasn't the power you were thinking of. It was the dark powers of the hell mouth of that lake.
Oh, it's the dark. That's what probably got us in the other place. I forgot about that. Forgot it could do that kind of nonsense. Ah, stupid barricade. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Good thing you had those.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Yes, supplies, please give us.
Right. Works out
We
perfectly.
deserve it.
I fucking totally dodged that. Oh, there's two of you here. Really? Love how they ambushed me at the supply spot. Have as much of everything as I could have.
If this was real life, I'd be able to carry more than that.
I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Sweet.
Could be a regular shotgun or pump action. I'm going with pump action, so we'll leave that other one there. That's the lithium battery I left before. The manuscript page, I think. I thought I saw something glowing out there. Could have been the light playing tricks on me. What the fuck?
It's like let up for a moment, you know? Yeah, hit that. Oh, does it work?
They rip you to shreds on the way here.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
What is this? Oh, I used it through the wall. That's brilliant. That's all you guys had for me in here was some fucking batteries.
Yeah, man, I thought you might need some batteries.
I might need some bullets. I have 7.
You definitely need some bullets.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Jesus Christ. I'd like any stuff that you guys can give us. Which I guess translates to no stuff. Can I jump through this window? No. Oh, I glitched myself. They're like, no, we are simply not letting you go in there. Manuscript.
So we have a page.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Having no plans nowhere near as bad as having no ammo. I can open that. Good. What else? Nothing else. You guys aren't gonna be nice to me with anything else.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
That was a big fall.
Sure was.
I wonder what took that out.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
All flare gun stuff. Not that I'm not ungrateful, but man, would I have liked something else.
Birds.
Yeah, walk the plank with the birds there, right?
Of course, they're not gonna come near until we start to cross, right? tunnels go to Cauldron Lake.
To the Hellmouth we go.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain. Alice? I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer and ghost stories and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Not exactly that way. That would just lead me back up, though. Oh, they do want me to just go back up. It says exit the silver mine. But
But what was the point of going down there in the first place?
they don't mean exit back the way I came, do they? But like when I try to go near the water, he hesitates.
Wait, it says to exit the silver mine, so...
That whole way might have just been for that manuscript page.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
A cave in. Oh shit. fuck?
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that. I guess I move it to the top. And how do I get up there? If I move it down. Is that what they want? Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. There's steps right there to go into the other one.
Yeah, I see it. There's also a ladder up there. What does the ladder do? Anything up there? No. Aha, that's what the ladder's for.
Exactly. Before I go, just always want to take a look around.
Always good to have a look around. And then when you hear shit, run.
Hate those stupid birds. Flares, yeah.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
He thought he was Thor. He literally had Mjolnir. Yeah, I don't think you hit her with Mjolnir, my dude, even though lightning surrounded it and shit. I could see the confusion. I would think I'm Thor if I had a hammer and I swung it at somebody and lightning came down. But it isn't Mjolnir.
That's great.
Might just be a regular old hammer. You might have just killed somebody. Not to be pessimistic, but...
It scared the crap out of me, those steep ass steps going down that steep ass mountain. Yeah, more goodies.
Just great.
Yeah, stay away, you jerk birds. Oh, well, that's terrible.
Yeah, right, he got...
How are we gonna get back? Yeah, and should indeed.
Yeah, they don't want you to come this way. They were trying to be subtle about it, but then they were just like, let them know. Oh, look at this. Really? I can't shoot that? Lame.
Boo.
Okay, first, just want to look. I just want to look. What's the worst that'll happen? Someone will try to fucking kill me? And just how the hell do I do that?
Probably have to go into the house and then go through the yard.
I want to see if there was any way up or around, which there is not. Thought there might be a ladder or something. But no, you're right. The house is where we go. Make sure everything's nice and loaded for this chaos.
Yay, there's a coffee cup.
see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Yikes. Maybe Alan Wake's just crazy. He's just Alan crazy.
He doesn't even know it. Well, I mean, most people that are don't.
Wait! That you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, wait! The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? They got him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, that was intense.
That is brutal. They put you through the ringer in episode 3.